Welcome to AV in the Wild, the podcast that dives deep into the heart of the pro AV industry, out in the field, on the move, and in the moment.
Hey everyone, welcome to AV in the Wild. I'm joined by Iffat and Mike, and we're going to be talking about some amazing updates in the world of signage and bringing that whole experience to life for customers. Iffat, how are you doing this morning?
Doing absolutely great, and I'm honoured and humbled to have Mike Sponza as our guest. So, as you know, I work for M-Cube, and Mike was one of the founding directors. Is still a director, still very involved in the business. Mike, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Mike Sponza. I'm from Italy, and I'm one of the founding partner of M-Cube Group. We started the company 25 years ago. My role I'm director of music and licensing. And your question will be why, after 25 years, you're not a C-level?
Mike, why are you not a C-level?
Because I don't want responsibilities. I already started the company, that's enough.
There you go. You've kind of birthed this child into the wild, and now you're letting it go.
Spoken like a true creative.
No, I'm taking care of all the project of in-store radio.
Okay.
M-Cube started in the beginning as in-store radio provider, so both content and technical solutions. And after 3 years from the beginning, we started developing digital signage project. In the meantime, we had to face all the problems of connectivity. So when we started, it was a miracle to transmit 2 songs per night, 2 MP3s in 1 hour.
Wow.
Of connection. And then after the development of connectivity, it made easier also for digital signage to grow up. So I'm still in charge of the music. Basically now 80% of the time it's not selecting music, but working on copyright and licensing, which is getting more and more complicated year after year.
Yeah. And globally, right? Because in different regions, different countries have their own laws.
Even in Europe, there is no harmonization of copyright. Right. So every single country have regulations, tariffs, different approaches, and so it's a very complicated matter. But in a previous life, I was also a lawyer before starting.
That's probably very useful in your life.
It's very useful, especially if you want to fight against collecting societies. Now I'm having conversation. And we developed a lot of new models of copyright through the years, and I'm having a constant conversation with all the collecting societies in Europe and also in America now.
What's changed with regards to the delivery of content? I'm guessing back in the old days we were kind of shipping hard drives around, and the music was probably on-premise. What's changed with regards to the IP delivery and the cloud? Has that really kind of helped with regards to delivery content?
We started a model 25 years ago. There is a so-called store and forward. Mm-hmm. So we distributed the music from a server to the players in the stores.
And each player presumably stored their own music.
Yes. So you don't rely on connection to transmit and broadcast the music because it's located. So we still use that because we still think that streaming music in the commercial areas, it's not really a good model.
Okay.
Because there are, strange to say, but a lot of connectivity troubles still today.
Yeah, no, I think we all experience them.
And still in main brands around the world. And also in countries where you suppose the connection was perfect, no? So we cannot afford not to transmit music during the day. So we still use the store and forward. Okay. We developed our own players, so we engineer it and we industrialize it in Italy, still built in Italy. Not because Italy is something.
Oh, come on, you've got the
but we have a small company. The M-Cube was born in Trieste, which is a small sea town on the east part of Italy. There's a small company who builds this, and so everything is made at 0 kilometer, as we used to say, and we are happy about that because we manage. It's a proprietary system. So if the client asks for something, we make the modifications and we develop new software, new hardware for the client. Wow. We've always been client oriented. So if the client asks something, we transform that request in a feature.
Right.
For
so
all the other clients.
Personalized specifically. Yeah. There's no kind of
And then we make it available to other clients.
Okay. Very cool.
So we have some brands that made us grow a lot, but with this recast.
And again, I guess there's so many different nuances and verticals, you know, like from, sort of car retail to fashion to, again, all the different brands and stuff.
Yeah.
They presumably all want a different kind of style and different kind of output with regards to the content that they're pushing out.
Yes, basically there is a normalization now on the features. So everybody wants possibly the same
Roughly the
request.
same, yeah.
But sometimes a client asks for something, no? For instance, a few years ago we developed a system where every 10,000 customers there was a prize, no? And the prize was supported by an ad, and the ad was launched by the receipt at the cash register. So we'd have to develop a system to make the player speak with the cashiers at the same time.
Right.
And it was something very interesting.
Yeah, that's very cool.
This is the first time when a client raised the value of the contract as a prize for us. Huh?
So yeah, everyone's a winner. One of the things that drew me to M-Cube in terms of the job, it's so much more than a digital signage company. And I know, Neil, we started our current roles at a similar time. So we had a lot of conversations about it. And it was the music element and that piece that you talked about, the manufacturing in Italy. It's really rare for companies these days to give back to the community where they're starting and they're working. So, you know, that you're employing people locally. You're actually giving back to your local economy as well by working that way and having that model and maintaining that model. It would be easy, and we've seen so many businesses, you know, in our careers that they start local and then they think, but I can do it cheaper if I ship it out to you know, the Far East or, you know, wherever else. Sometimes it's about creating that and giving back to your local and building that foundation and that loyalty to your brand as well, which is really good.
I think it has to do a lot with us three partners when we started, because we come from the same town, we share the same experiences, you know, childhood and etc. 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 So the value is the same; it's a core value. And
You started a band.
Yeah, it's like a band. Actually, it's like a band. I have a band. No, I'm touring.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I still tour Europe, performing and playing the guitar and singing. But yeah, exactly. It's like a band.
Yeah.
No, and in a band you can argue, you can fight, you can laugh a lot, but at the same time you have to make the music. No,
Yeah.
and M-Cube is making the product.
Yeah.
But with this kind of approaches, the human relation is extremely important in M-Cube.
It came through that very first meeting I had. It came through so strongly, and you know, over the last you know, several months, I've met so many people from different countries, different cultures and everything, but we all feel the same. There's a unique kind of feeling of it's about the human experience, and that I think that with music, how do you think that's going and evolving with technology?
Oh, well, being a musician since I was 12 years old, so it's more than it's almost 45 years of music. Okay.
You've just aged yourself.
Yeah. I'll be,
You look good.
I'll be 57 this year.
Wow.
So I started at 12. That's 45 years of music.
well.
I've seen a lot of changes in technology.
Yeah.
And that's why I still play the guitar with the tube amp and touring, because technology is one thing, but not always it's a good thing.
Authenticity is
There's a big revival in vinyl, isn't there? A lot of people are going back to vinyl records.
Yes.
They
On
love
one
that
side,
warmth.
yesterday I was here in Barcelona and I bought 10 vinyls in a jazz store. Beautiful. But on the other side, 2 days ago, I produced 150 songs with AI.
I was going to come to that. Yeah.
No? So it's okay to do music in a traditional way. It's okay to study Bach and Segovia and touring, performing and playing rock and roll on one side, but it's also extremely important to know what's happening today. And it's a stupid thing to say that AI is a big game changer in technology, et cetera, in the world. But in my field in music, it's a big game changer. When we're talking about functional music, background music, it's a big game changer because AI can answer to the client needs. And unfortunately, the client needs are cost saving.
Absolutely. Yeah,
And
always,
so when
always
we're
price
talking
first.
about music and when we talk about cost saving, the big problem is the cost of licensing. So if this is a kind of a little bit of, can I say, fight.
Yep.
I'm a fighter sometimes. If collecting societies would apply tariffs in a more viable way, there would be no need for AI music. Absolutely.
It's been developed out of a need to get a lower cost because of the challenges that.
A few years ago, some companies started offering royalty-free
Yes. Yeah.
catalogs. No?
Yeah.
The main problem, I know them all. The all companies that are working in Europe, I know them all.
Yeah.
Look, this is something maybe I will be criticized for telling this. I never met, out of 10 companies, I never met one person who could speak about music.
Wow.
Nobody.
It is a minefield because again, I've done stuff on YouTube videos and thought, oh, I put a piece of audio over the top of it. You know, is it royalty free, copyright free? Again,
Yeah.
what do I search for? Where do I get it? And am I safe? Is someone going to come back and say to me, you know, you've used our audio, you owe us this money, or you got to take the video
And the
down?
problem that they are selling these catalogs without considering the fact that they are destroying some values. Because if you start offering low-cost music, it means it's low-quality music at the same time. Because
Not
if you want to do
delivering
great
value.
music, you have to invest money, no? And usually these catalogs, you have a surface, which, wow, that's great, no? And after 1 month, 2 months, you realize that it's not so great, no? You scratch the surface, and after 100, 200 songs, what's left? So 2 years ago, I started thinking, how can I build a catalog with 25 years of experience in this field, 40 years of experience in real music? How can we build a catalog to answer the client needs in terms of cost saving and make it something that it's exactly what the market needs, not from gothic metal to free jazz. I collect everything, then I say, I have 50,000 songs. Yes, but gothic metal in a fashion store, a little bit hard, you know. Free jazz in a supermarket, a little bit hard. So let's build a catalog. How can we make it? We make it with AI music. Okay, how can we be ethical, responsible, and sustainable in making a catalog with AI music? And that's what I've been working on this for 1.5 years now. We have a big catalog, which is exactly what the music that the client needs. Exactly.
Okay. And obviously, how do we? There's a lot of kind of users now. I mean, in the old days, you used to put big billboard posters up, and you know, people were doing stuff in print. But now the attention is on the smartphone. People are glued to this small little device, and they've got the white little AirPods in their ears. How do we kind of use that kind of personal attention when they go into a store or a shop to try and personalize the experience? Are you doing anything around delivering a personal experience to devices?
We are.
Again,
We started doing something like this personal involvement during the COVID year, because especially with supermarket, there were people waiting outside.
right.
So we started developing QR codes, and you could access to audio content developed for that brand, and it was music, it was a special playlist, but it was also English lesson,
Ah, okay.
Wow.
no?
So educational as well as
Psychological support from expert. How do you react with the
Mental health.
COVID,
Yeah,
with this and that, etc. With all the problem we had, I don't want to speak about that anymore.
no.
So there is a way to create this personal experience through the music with watermarks, that can make you something happen on your phone.
Yeah.
We're working on that. We're working on that. Well, I believe that radio was born in 125 years ago, something like that, and it was always a two-channel. It was radio was born for having a conversation. Then it was not more a conversation. It was a transmission and a listener. I think that in-store music, in-store radio, can be a two-way channel
Right.
of speaking and listening at the same time. And that's what I would like to make happen, to make a conversation with the person who's making a shopping experience through music. It can be done.
Okay. And let's say, going on from there, where do you see the future going in the world of both, radio in store and audio in store, and also video in store? If you were to look out 5 years, put your kind of future view, where do you think the industry is going? What do you think? What are we going to be talking about in 3 or 5 years' time?
I think that in terms of music, we will be speaking about how easy it is to create a personal playlist in a store. So a very adaptive playlist. We've been speaking about adaptive playlist for a couple of years now, but it's not happening. But I think that in the next couple of years, with AI, we will be able to speak about adaptive playlist, which doesn't mean that everybody will listen to different songs at the same time in one song in one store, because everybody will go crazy. But there will be a way to change the music according to some factors that today we know that we have this factor, but we don't know how to integrate them into the compilation and population of playlists. That we will be speaking about that. And I hope that we will be speaking about an AI generative model of music that will be more responsible and more ethic than today. Something is happening. It will be a medium term. It will take another couple of years to find a solution. The problem is that collecting societies are facing AI music with the same approach of traditional music. And it's impossible. It's impossible. When you're asking a client to pay the tariffs for artists and performers, and in AI music there is no artist and no performer.
Yeah.
There's friction is a lot less in that space, isn't it?
You're asking money for somebody that doesn't exist. So how can we change this model? And I'm pushing, no, but they don't want to change, because of course it's not only because they don't want, because many times, mainly in Europe, collecting societies are working on rules determined by laws.
Yes.
So you have to change the law. So it's something that you have to speak with the government at the same time. So it's a very complicated matter.
Moving away from music, I've heard of another interest that you have.
Go on.
I've done a
Is
bit
it-
of
is
You're what, Mike? I don't know where this is going.
cars.
Cars.
Okay.
Vintage cars.
Tell me
Vintage
about your
British vintage cars, actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go on
yeah.
then.
Well,
Where
this
did
is
that start? How did it
this
start?
is no, it
For
started
an
when
Italian as well, British. I
I
mean,
know,
that's going
I
to be.
know.
No, there's a reason. The most beautiful Italian cars are unaffordable.
Okay.
That's my main problem. British cars are also unaffordable, but you can have something in between. With a very classic design and a great engine that you can still, after many years, you can enjoy it.
I'm fascinated.
Yes, I drive. My oldest car is 73 years old.
Wow.
It's an Austin Healey car.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a beautiful car. Beautiful. I started when I was a little boy. My father, he was, he's still alive, but he was an officer on ships. So he was all over the world. And anytime he was coming back home, he asked me, "What do you want me to bring you?" And I said, he used to say, a vintage model car.
Yeah.
Okay, like a
Always.
toy car,
But it had to be vintage one.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know why. Maybe the design, the colors, no? I have beautiful colors. My cars have strange colors. So
Nice.
it's a nice thing to do. Of course, I'm burning a lot of petrol, but anyway, I don't do it every day.
No. Okay. No, the Healy's a great hill climbing car. I mean, they do a hill climbing test with the Healy. What else have you got? So the Austin Healy is the oldest.
Is that your favourite?
Yeah.
It's a one. It's not my favorite. I've been chasing a Jaguar E-Type for a few years,
Yeah. Okay.
and I found an abandoned one in Italy, and I made a 3 years restoration, and that's my main car.
Okay. Wow. Which mark is that?
It's a one,
Oh,
series one.
Series 1. Okay,
Yeah.
goodness. Okay.
Late series one.
Yeah. Okay,
Now she's under surgery.
Oh,
they don't make cars as beautiful as that these days. And the
No.
E-Type is one of the quintessential cars.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The Jaguar brand has gone. That recent thing they've done.
Oh.
I mean, I don't want to say they've ruined it, but I mean,
I-
rebranding exercise was so.
But the quality, I'm sorry to say that, but I had two modern Jaguars,
Yeah.
and I had to sell them both.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
unfortunately, and I had old Jaguars, still extremely reliable.
Where do you sit on electric cars then? Again, as a bit of a petrol head, I mean, again, we talked about AI with the audio. I mean, electric is taking over from internal combustion now. How do you feel about that?
I feel that there is something not very clear to me at the moment. No, the answer to pollution, I think it's a hydrogen.
Yeah.
It's not electric.
You're backing off the kind of, you're saying, oh, okay, they're more they're less polluting, but you're backing off the pollution to the making of the batteries, and the
Exactly.
lithium and the mining. So
Exactly.
whilst the front end product is not creating thing, the back end,
back-end.
manufacturing
Yeah.
is used, so it's just
Yeah.
offsetting it to somewhere else.
You know, vintage cars, you don't use them every day.
no.
But all behind that, beside this, I'm a member of a vintage car club, and we plant about 500 trees every year.
Oh, wow, so you're offsetting. That's fantastic.
So, also in Cube, we planted 15,000 trees in the last 5 years.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Every time we install a device, we plant a tree. It could be a small device, it could be a large screen. We plant trees. So 15,000, I think it's a good contribution.
It's a great sustainability story that you're providing out there. I wanted to ask, I mean, for companies that are obviously looking and going down this route, what would be your 3 tips? Again, it is a minefield when you're saying about royalties and copyrights and how to get into this. What would be your top 3 to any customer looking to deploy the kind of solution? What would be the 3 things they need to look at and think about when they're putting this in there?
Well, if you talk about in-store music and in-store video,
let's go with that, yeah.
the main thing, in my opinion, that we as a company, we have to develop instruments to help the client to express the brand identity. That's what I do. So the main thing is to find a way to express the brand identity. In the case of music, you have to express the brand identity, so as to find a way to translate a marketing language into a creativity language made of music and images.
Bring the brand to life through music
Yes.
and images. Yeah, okay.
Then you have to find a way to make it, to make all this a customer experience, no? A shopping experience.
Yep.
But at the same time, you have to find a way to respect the people who work in the stores. So
Christmas time, they're just listening to Christmas music over and Mariah Carey over and over, or Slade.
So satisfaction is also passing through employees' satisfaction.
Yeah.
So when we speak it to a client, the main thing is to find a way to combine all these 3 needs all together to make the most interesting, creative, and product possible. In terms of video, we developed some beautiful project in the last year and a half. One in Milano is one of the largest outdoor screens in Stazione Garibaldi. It's a big corner. It's almost 900 square meters. And then we built the longest immersive gallery in Europe, in Italy. It's a 300 meters long gallery, pedestrian.
Right.
And we build a system of screens for all over the gallery, with the contribution of the beautiful artwork of Refik Anadol, which is the master of immersive reality.
And actually, there are more pixels in that than there are in the Las Vegas Sphere, which I know you've seen.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So
It's kind of like landscape rather than spherical. I guess you stretched it out.
Yeah, but the challenge and how quickly our team put it together was just mind blowing.
Yeah.
So that opened in December, but yeah, they did it in a matter of days because the groundwork, the planning, the design work was so strong and meticulous. When it came to implementing it, they were able to. They knew how to.
In 1 month and a half, we had 150,000 visitors.
Yeah. Fascinating. I mean, we could go on all day. We definitely need to get you on. A, we need to talk more about classic cars, and B, your passion for audio. But to round this up, where can people? Obviously, we kind of tease some of the things that M-Cube can deliver, and again, some of the great steps we can do. Where can people find out more information if they want to go deeper on this?
Well, I suggest to visit our website, which is mcubedigital.com, one single word, mcubedigital. And then we have, of course, LinkedIn and Instagram pages with the same name. And we have a very
But you should also
active...
follow Mike Sponza on YouTube and see some of his performances.
Yes, let's
and
push
add
that
them
out
to
as
your
well.
playlist.
Yeah, I will be doing that.
I have this the English word. I don't know the English word. This it's a guilty pleasure of recording my album at Abbey Road Studios. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
So AI on one side, but then my albums I go to Abbey Road. Absolutely.
It's very cool. Make sure you follow us here for loads more updates from us on AV in the Wild. Keep it wild, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
That's a wrap on this episode of AV in the Wild. Big thanks to our guests and to you, our listeners, for joining us on this journey through the AV landscape. If you liked what you heard, don't forget to subscribe, share, leave a review. It helps us keep the conversation going. Catch us next time as we hit the road again with more voices, more stories, and more of what makes AV wild. Until then, stay curious, stay connected, and stay wild.